What the heck is up, you guys? It's your boy Ace, aka Animated Heroes, here back with another action figure review. Today we're going to be taking a look at my favorite character from Yu Yu Hakusho, the Dasin model 1/12 scale Hiei. And I'm going to be doing a whole lot of fanboying in this video because, as I said, he is my favorite character, so y'all go ahead and be prepared for that. But anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at that sexy packaging so we can get this figure out of here because nobody cares about that. Just a friendly reminder from your boy Ace, don't forget to check out my boys at Omnime Store so that you can pick up some of the latest releases from MyFX, Dasin Model, Demoniacal Fit, and more for some of the best prices and the fastest shipping. Let's get into it. Now, starting off with that sexy packaging, as you can see, you got the small window right there where you can only see the figure, not too many accessories. You see Hiei right there. That probably says Hiei in kanji. I don't know, says something. But background is black, so you can't really see anything in there at all. Nothing at the top. Some legal stuff at the bottom. Made in China 2020. It's 2022, but okay. Anyway, black right there. Black right there. Then on the back, it just says Yu Yu. So nothing really. Now let's go ahead and get this figure out of here, man. I'm tired of waiting. Straight out of the packaging, we have the legend that was created by the legendary Yoshihiro Togashi. Most of you probably know him from Hunter x Hunter. If you don't know Yu Yu Hakusho, shame on you. Go watch Yu Yu Hakusho. Yu Yu Hakusho is leagues better than Hunter x Hunter, and I will never apologize for saying that. Yu Yu Hakusho is just a straight masterpiece from beginning to end, and honestly, I wish that he would have continued it. But man, in case you guys don't know, Hiei is a character who was winning popularity poll year after year in Japan. People just love this guy. And as a kid, he was that one character that I would see on screen. And I remember the first time I saw him, I was sitting next to my cousin at my grandma's house, and I just saw him on screen for like a split second. I remember he just did a slash with his sword, and I was like, I'm him, I'm him. And he was just that character that I've always loved. And also, at the very first convention that I ever went to in my life, I met the voice actor for Hiei, and I was not expecting him to be there. It was so weird. It was like it was a return of my childhood, and it just felt so amazing. I also got an autographed picture from him, and it was just great, man. And I just remember hearing him behind the podium when he said, "Dragon of the Darkness." I could feel chills going through my body, and I feel it right now. But anyway, I know that has nothing to do with this figure. That's a lot of information before I get started, but I told y'all I was going to fanboy, man. We got my boy Hiei right here, and this is just, it just makes me happy to have a Hiei figure. I just want to say that first and foremost. Now moving on to the figure itself. It looks good, man. It looks just as good as the Yusuke and the Hiei. There's one issue that I have. Well, actually two. Something, I don't know what it is about the face. It looks like Hiei, but at the same time, it doesn't. I can't pinpoint what it is. And I'll throw some artwork somewhere on the screen so you guys can see it. There's probably going to be a lot of artwork. But I don't know what it is. It still looks really freaking good. It's just not, it doesn't capture Hiei as much as Yusuke and Kurama were captured, is as weird as that is to say, but it still looks good, man. And I'll leave it at that. It's not like I'm complaining or anything. I still freaking love this figure, man. And the only other issue I have is that he just feels like he's too tall. And all of them do. Like all of these figures, of course, I really think they're 7-inch scale. They're marketed as a 6-inch scale, but Hiei is like 4 foot, I don't know, 5 or something. He's very short, and even comparing him in scale to the other figures, he should be a little bit shorter. And I'll show that later on in the video, but he just looks so good, man. I really like this. Ah, man, I'm just so happy about this. You guys really don't know. You've got the bandaged arm right here, the regular bare arm right here. We've got his little ripped muscle shirt, his baggy pants. The boots are very simplistic as they are in the anime, just all black pretty much. But still, man, they added a little bit of sculpt work to them because I don't think there was any buckles or anything on them, but they did sculpt a buckle on here, so I'm happy about that. This just looks good, man. The only thing I would say, maybe the hair could be like a little bit thicker, because like there were certain times where his hair was like super puffy, like early art style Vegeta when he first came into Dragon Ball Z. But either way, man, this just looks so good, and I'm happy to have it. Anyway, I've rambled. Let's go ahead and put him back so we can see how tall he stands and dive more into the review. Now, for the height of this guy, he does actually, to the top of his hair, stand a little bit over 6 inches. I feel like this guy should be right at about 5 inches, honestly. Maybe to the top of his hair, 5.5. Not that tall, because once again, Hiei is very, very short, but I think that these are 7-inch scale. So, I don't know. We'll discuss that a little bit more in size comparisons. Let's go ahead and move on to the articulation. Articulation-wise, he looks up only about that much, and when you look up and you pull on the hair, you actually can see the headband. You kind of just got to pull that back down. I think, honestly, I was just pulling the piece off, and be careful, because this feels like a very, very flimsy plastic right here. I don't know if that's how the hair actually... Yeah, should have been done on accessories. But yeah, this is how you pull the hair off for those of you who don't know. So yeah, just be careful when you're tilting his head up. Honestly, I would push right here to make him look up, because I feel like this plastic around the hair, like right along the sides, is very, very fragile, so be careful. Anyway, he does get really good tilt. You can get very expressive with Hiei, and as we all know, he's not the most expressive, but he can be very condescending in his actions. So yeah, or his gestures also. But anyway, like I said, looks down about that much, does get tilt turn. Arms go up and out about that much. He can hit a T-pose, no problem. He does have a butterfly joint that allows him to bring his arms all the way in. Slashing poses will not be a problem. He does have a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows that come in about that much. He can touch the back of his head. His hands are on a very sturdy ball peg. I'm happy about that. And they can move around on a hinge, as you guys can see. He does have a slight diaphragm joint. A little bit at the waist, not so much. He doesn't lean back as much as I wish he could. As we all know, Hiei is very flexible. But yeah, Actually, he can. I take that back. But you got to watch this piece right here, because all of this, it doesn't look like it's one piece, but it is. So when you're articulating him around the midsection, definitely be careful. You don't want any of the fabric or anything coming out. And then also, you don't want to mess up this piece right here. So, yeah, just be careful when you're articulating him. He does get tilt and turn and all that, and I kind of got that piece stuck in there now. So let me go ahead and fix that, and then I'll get back to the articulation. And for the record, that was a very easy fix. It was just kind of tucked in there a little bit. But anyway, he kicks forward about that much. He doesn't kick back at all. He can actually do the splits quite a bit also. He does have a built-in thigh swivel, double jointed knees. He doesn't have a swivel right here at the boot because it looks like the pants are tucked in. Foot goes down about that much, up about that much. He does get ankle rocker, but no toe hinge. So overall, same articulation that we're used to. A little bit limited in a few areas, mostly because of the fabric. The fabric is going to be your worst enemy when it comes to the midsection especially. Overall, other than that, he could do just about any pose that you want to get him into. Now moving on to accessories, just like the others, you get exactly what you need with this figure. He comes with his neutral, just kind of bland Hiei look, a pair of fist hands, of course. He does come with a pair of gripping hands. These are for his sword. He does come with a pair of, I guess, like stylish pose hands. Or when he's reaching, grabbing, using Dragon of the Darkness Flame, whatever you want to use it for. Two different hands, one with the fingers more spread out and then one with them a little bit more curved. For this hand, I think this is the one that's meant for the dragon. He does also come with a pair of pointing hands. I wish that they would have had it more like this, because these almost look like Hiei's or Yusuke's spirit gun hands? They probably are. The paint on this one's definitely a little bit sloppy on the inside, not so much the outside. The outside looks fine, but the inside definitely looks a little bit sloppy where they tried to paint the bandages on there. But, I mean, it's not like you're going to be looking at the inside of the hand. For face plates, he comes with a teeth-gritted faceplate where he is looking to the side. He comes with a closed eye expression where he's just kind of relaxing. Sorry about the background noise, or yeah, whatever he's doing, getting ready to attack, training, whichever. He comes with a smiling face where he's looking to the side, which also very rarely happens. As we all know, Hiei does not really smile very much. And then he does come with a face that has the Jigan eye, and this is painted nicely, but I have one problem with it, and I'll go ahead and show you guys that right now. If you take off, hopefully, well, I'm about to do a little tutorial on here. For those of you who don't know, to swap out the face plates, you actually have to take the head off, and of course we have a malfunction on screen. All right, so I'm gonna have to click off and do this part too. All right, anyway, you just pull the faceplate off like so, and all of his heads have a little hole in the top. So if you push your finger on that hole right there, it makes it easier to keep that ball peg in here so it doesn't come off when you take off the faceplate. I think he's the only figure that's like that. I don't know what that's about, but I mean, is what it is. Anyway, you just pop on whichever faceplate you want to use, and then, of course, it's going to look silly without the hair. But then you just put the hair back on like so. And what I was saying with this faceplate, I don't like how once you have the hair on, you can kind of see the eye back there. But sometimes when he's using his Jigan eye, his hair kind of separates so you can actually see it. So I wish they would have gave us an alternate hair piece. Now, the reason I don't have too much of a problem with this is because I've heard that they're going to be making these guys in more of their other costumes, like later in the series, and so maybe they will drop another Hiei with a better hairpiece where you can actually see the Jigan eye. I really hope that they do that. But anyway, I'm just gonna go ahead and leave that on him. He also comes with an alternate arm. This is for when he's using the Dragon of the Darkness Flame, which he does come with. You just kind of latch that around there like so, and you can actually see the dragon on his arm whenever he's getting ready to summon it. That looks very good. Paint kind of messy right there, but I mean, they had to paint it on there, so I'm not going to complain too much. But yes, there you go. And there's no peg in here or anything. You just kind of latch it around his hand, and then there it goes. That dragon looks really nice, by the way. It's got the scary red eyes and all. And then last, of course, he does come with his sword, as he should. It's like a grayish silver right here, and then a dark gray at the back. Wish they would have just painted it all silver. I think that would have had a better look to it. But either way, a necessary accessory. So he comes with a ton. And then he does also come with this stand that every single one of the Dasin model figures comes with as well. Now moving on to size comparisons, this is where I'll say I do still have the problem. Hiei is just still too tall. He is a lot shorter than Kurama, and he is actually a lot shorter than Yusuke as well. I mean, they did make him shorter, which is a good thing, but his legs should still be a little bit smaller. Like, his overall proportions should be different. It's still a great looking figure, still looks great in the collection, but the size is just completely wrong. But anyway, here they all are together. He's with his counterparts, the Dasin model Yusuke and the Dasin model Kurama. Thankfully, they announced Kuwabara today, so we will be able to complete the squad, and either way, I'm still happy about that. Next up, here he is to the next to a couple of other anime badass characters, or the badass characters that are on the team, rather. We have the SH Figuarts Itachi Battle version Sasuke Uchiha from Naruto Shippuden. We have the legendary Jujutsu Kaisen greatness Fushiguro Megami from SH Figuarts also. And then, of course, we do have the Buzzmod Kimetsu no Yaiba or Demon Slayer Giyu Tomioka. All great figures. Now here he is standing next to a couple of anime protagonists. Well, I don't know. Y'all tell me whether y'all consider Eren a protagonist or not. Anyway, here he is standing next to the Figma Attack on Titan Eren Yeager. The SH Figuarts Son Goku Saiyan raised on Earth with the full power Super Saiyan head sculpt on the body and a Revoltech My Hero Academia Deku. Lastly, for some extras, here he is standing next to a couple of Marvel Legends. We have him standing next to the Marvel Legends 20th Anniversary Captain America, or Unparalleled Cap, whichever you want to call him, the Marvel Legends Retro Wave Symbiote Spider-Man, and the Marvel Legends Walgreens exclusive Moon Knight. So all in all, man, I know I probably rambled on a lot this video, and I'm sure you guys can tell that this is a figure I recommend anyone add to their collection. And as weird as this is about to sound, this is how I feel about it. It's not about whether I enjoy the figure or not when it comes to any of these three. It's just more so about the fact that it's a nostalgia thing. I remember years ago when we were all, I guess, like getting into imports, when they weren't really making figures like these. Everyone kept telling SHF or Figma, make Yu Yu Hakusho. We want Bleach. We want things like that. And Dasin model just came out of the woodworks and is giving us Bleach, is giving us Yu Yu Hakusho. And as a collector, man, I know some people are completely against third-party figures, but when they're giving us what we want and it's quality enough that it doesn't feel fragile, we can throw it in with our regular figures made by actual companies and not have to worry about it breaking, most of the time also looking nice, I can't complain. Like, no one else has given me this. SHF, Figma, Mafex, whoever you want to throw out there, Buzzmod, no one has revisited Yu Yu Hakusho. And I feel like if any real company were to do it, then by all means, people wouldn't be worried about these. But now these third-party companies are getting smarter and giving people what other companies just won't give them. And, I mean, the legal thing, that's not for me to debate about. That's entirely up to you on how you feel about it. If you don't want to get these out of some high sense of righteousness, then by all means, that's you. But I love Yu Yu Hakusho. These figures are great, and I just can't pass on them. Once again, not because of the fact that I really enjoy the figures, but just for nostalgia purposes. I don't feel like we'll ever get these, and so I do recommend picking them up, and that's just my take on it. That's the reason right there. The figures are already good, but that's the real reason I recommend picking them up. Anyway, I'm not going to harp on that. I'm beating a dead horse, but yeah, that's how I feel. So overall, that's my review. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If so, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. That always helps me out. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and make sure to hit that bell icon to be notified whenever I upload new content. And lastly, follow me on everything you see listed in the description below to keep up with my activity outside of YouTube. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Stay safe wherever you are, and bye. Go pick up this figure.